Happy New Year, everyone! Go get that cash! And welcome back to our channel where we help you make and save more money. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. I definitely ate way too many cookies, but hey, it's a new year, which means a fresh start, right? And speaking of a fresh start, today is January 1st, 2025, and that means a whole bunch of new laws just went into effect that could seriously impact your wallet. We're talking minimum wage hikes, new tax rules, even some interesting changes to social media. So grab your coffee, tea, or whatever you're sipping on, because in this video, we're breaking down all the need-to-know info so you can start 2025 off right. All right, let's kick things off with a big win for job seekers in Illinois. As of today, Illinois has implemented some of the strongest pay transparency laws in the country. And this is something I'm super passionate about because, come on, we all deserve to know what we're worth, right? Basically, any employer with 15 or more employees is now required to include the pay range for a job right there in the job posting. No more guessing games, no more awkward salary negotiations later down the line. This is huge because it not only gives applicants more leverage, but it also helps close the gender pay gap. I mean, how many times have you heard stories of women finding out they were being paid less than their male counterparts for the same job? With these new laws, that should become a thing of the past in Illinois. So, congrats to the state of Illinois for taking this important step towards greater pay equity. Next up, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, getting paid more. A bunch of states have raised their minimum wage as of today, so if you live in California, New York, Florida, Washington, or Arizona, double check that next paycheck because you should be seeing a little extra padding in your bank account. And I know for some of you this might just be a few extra bucks a week, but trust me, it adds up over time. Plus, every little bit helps, especially with inflation still being a thing. But it's not just these 5 states. A lot of cities and counties across the U.S. have also implemented their own minimum wage increases, so make sure you do your research and see if your local area is affected. Knowing your rights as an employee is crucial, and making sure you're getting paid what you deserve is a big part of that. All right, let's move on to taxes, because let's be real, nobody likes talking about taxes, but they're kind of a necessary evil. First up, we've got the Corporate Transparency Act, which has been in the works for a while now. It was originally supposed to go into effect today, but thanks to a legal challenge in Texas, the deadline got pushed back a few days to January 13th. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you're a business owner, especially if you own a smaller company, you'll need to file a beneficial ownership information report with the government. This report basically tells the feds who the real people are behind your business, which is meant to crack down on money laundering and other shady stuff. Now, for most of us regular folks, this won't really affect our day-to-day lives, but it's still good to be aware of. Next up, we've got some good news for our friends in Arizona. The state just axed its tax on monthly rent payments. I know, it sounds crazy, but Arizona was one of a handful of states that actually taxed renters on top of their monthly rent. So if you're renting in Arizona, you can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that you'll have a little extra cash in your pocket each month. And finally, let's head on over to Kansas, where they've decided to get rid of their sales tax on groceries. This is a big deal because grocery prices have been insane lately, and this move will definitely provide some much-needed relief for families who are struggling to put food on the table. All right, moving on to some more good news, especially if you live in Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Massachusetts, or New Jersey. All of these states have expanded their paid leave programs, which means more time off for you when you need it most. Whether you're dealing with a new baby, a sick family member, or even your own health issues, having access to paid leave can be a lifesaver. It means you can focus on what really matters without having to worry about losing income or your job. And let's be real, in this day and age, everyone deserves to have some peace of mind knowing that they can take care of themselves and their loved ones without going broke. So kudos to these states for recognizing the importance of paid leave and making it a reality for more people. And last but not least, let's wrap things up with a couple of interesting new laws down in Florida. First up, we've got the Social Media Restrictions for Children Act, which, as you might have guessed, puts some limits on how kids can use social media. Under this new law, no one under the age of 14 can have their own social media accounts. And if you're between 14 and 15, you'll need your parents' permission to create an account. Now, I know some people might see this as government overreach, but honestly, I think it's a good thing. Social media can be a pretty toxic place, especially for young people, and setting some age limits just makes sense. The other Florida law I wanted to mention is the Financial Exploitation Protections Act. This one's all about protecting seniors from financial abuse, which is unfortunately a growing problem. Basically, the law gives banks and other financial institutions the power to hit the pause button on any transactions they think might be fishy. So if someone's trying to scam your grandma out of her life savings, the bank can step in and stop it. Hopefully, this will give seniors and their families some peace of mind knowing that there are safeguards in place to protect them. Well, that's it for today's money news. I hope you found this quick rundown helpful as we kick off the new year. Remember, these are just a few of the many law changes that went into effect today, and it's always a good idea to stay informed about what's happening in your state. So make sure you check out the official websites for your state and local governments to get all the details on how these new laws might affect you. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future updates. Happy New Year!